I actually want this car myself. I would drive the hell out of this car. Hey, I'm Sean Mathis, founder of Through Time Automotive Museum. Today, I want to show you this 1991 Nissan 300ZX. This particular car is probably not what a lot of people expect to see when they visit the museum. However, it is also a car that a lot of people absolutely enjoy being able to see in this museum. This particular one is unfortunately not a turbo, but it is still a super cool car. This actual car has been in the same family since it was bought new in 1991, and we're honored enough to actually be able to share it with people and share that story about it being one family owned. Aside from that, I mean, the Z itself isn't really that special, other than you can see it's got some air intakes. It's got the cold air intake. It's got an exhaust. This car sounds phenomenal when it's running. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to start it in quite some time. Although the batteries are disconnected on all these cars in here, that does not prevent the batteries from going dead completely. And since this car is not a museum-owned car, I'm not gonna put a new battery in it. And so unless the owner comes and wants to put a new battery in it and get it started again and all that kind of stuff, that's one thing. But for us, for right now, it sits disconnected, and it's here for people to see. It's pretty neat because there's an entire demographic of people that'll come here and could care less about seeing this car. I mean, it's ultimately nothing special, right? But the very next set of people that come in here can be super excited about seeing this car. Just because it's a cool car from the 90s. The T-top, the look. I mean, these look like, these Lamborghini headlights. I mean, it's super cool. So I want to show you a little bit more about the car. And for the most part, it is all original, other than, the cold air intake and exhaust, which, makes it sound cooler and look a little bit better when you pop the hood open. But even then, it looks like this engine could be cleaned up a little bit more. The inside of this car is super cool. Straight out of the 90s. You got the tweed door panels. Some of these came with leather interior, which typically I would prefer. But this interior, I don't know, it does it for me. It's pretty cool in here. You got the 5-speed manual in here. This car's got 150,000 miles on it, so it's definitely been driven and enjoyed. However, the interior is in phenomenal condition, so you really wouldn't know that many miles got put on it. It does have an aftermarket Pioneer CD player, which looks like it's probably a few decades old. The T-top is a nice touch. This one is the 2+2, so it's got the back seats. Some of these did not have back seats in them, but if you've got little to no legs, the back seats would be great for you. And the climate control in this car is pretty cool, how it's positioned to the right side of the gauge cluster here. In fact, all these controls on this car, how they're set up, are pretty neat. They're not on columns on the steering column. They've got these modules on the side that have all the buttons on them. There's actually almost no buttons at all on the center stack of this car, because they are all right here on the sides of the gauge cluster. It's actually something I didn't even notice until just now, which is pretty neat. I actually want this car myself. I would drive the hell out of this car.